everyone. How are you? Hi, Cat M. Hi, Uncover the News. We get 300 people over 4 flights. Still only 75 people per flight. Honestly, we can do better than that. Step it up, ScoMo. That's what I think. We can do better than that. It's only 75 people per flight. Hi, Michelle Mabel, Cat M. Hi, Apple. Reverend Jesse Jackson, hey? So much going on. That 9 men were arrested for, oh my goodness. Hi, Karen Anderson. Just had an iced coffee this morning. Hi, Dishes and Stitches. I will be looking at Afghanistan, of course. Biden admin has issued a warning order to US carriers. White House prepares to activate Civil Reserve Air Fleet for help with an airlift out of Kabul. Yep. Okay. Hi, Joji. Yeah. It's on his watch now, even though the very bad process, a lazy process was put in place and started by somebody else. He's got to clean it all up, and he will. Yep. We've got the news feed here, so just keeping an eye on anything. Question from Joji. Please add Vice President Amala Saleh and Northern Resistance. Oh, I actually did a read on them the other day, Joji, on Thursday. I did do a read on them the other day. I can do another update. I did do a read the other day on him, but Saleh Resistance. So I'll do another quick read and quick update on them after a few days. Yeah, the killer whales, I saw that. Yeah, Harris will come into her own apple. Took back 3 more provinces. Wow. Three provinces. So we'll have a look at that, maybe an extended look. Yeah, New South Wales can be a bit of a pain. Is that you, sweetheart? Babe? Okay. Hi, Karen Anderson. The FBI. No link between Trump and 1/6. Is it for real? Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
How you going?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah, I've just started. Could you do me a coffee?
Yeah, sure. You're reading, are you?
Oh, live stream, babe.
Oh, gotcha. You got a mic
It's
there?
Michelle. Yes, I'll say hello to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, Keith just no, you'll have to grab a mug and clean one up.
Yeah, sure.
Just the one that's over there will do.
That's something.
Give it a wash out. Yes. 65 new cases in Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that for real? Yeah. Well, we'll have a look at that reading, Karen. That question. You'll have a coffee too. Oh, geez, it's cold here. Got the back door open a little bit to let in some more fresh air, but it is cold. It is cold.
You ready to close it?
No, it needs some fresh air.
Oh, okay.
You have to say a quick hello to Whitby.
Yeah. Is he being making a bit of noise? Is he?
No. But you know he will if you don't say hello to him. He'll be at that side window doing his pathetic I'm a poor neglected puppy dog.
Well, yes.
Hi Linda B. I got your email.
Love to see. Oh, how you feeling?
I'm glad you had a lovely day with your granddaughter. Oh, sorry guys, I just had to put on a little bit more cover. Any more questions at the moment? And somebody asked yesterday, and I got the question down, the role that white evangelicals preachers may have had in 6th of January. So we'll have a look. Hi, Pamela Bryant. She has a coffee too, so that's no sugar or cream. So she just had a Twitter crashed, hey? Hi, Viviane. Yeah. Sheila Celtic Tarot put up a short tribute to her late husband yesterday. I love the song that she used. Anyway, it's one of my favourites, but I always end up bawling in tears when I hear her. So I was a complete mess by the end of it. But we're pleased to announce some loving and healing energy to all those who have lost people in Afghanistan, and the memories and everything that must be brought out at this time. 830 COVID cases recorded in New South Wales and 3 more deaths. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. No, just and everyone who's lost a member or who has someone who is suffering from their time over there. Healing energy, please send healing energy out to encompass everything, wherever they are in the world. People over here have lost members, or they've got family members who are still affected by their time there. Hi, Sharon Sipe, UK, who, you know, many countries contributed to the troops as well, and wherever they are in the world. Hi, Renee Rogers. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Okay, Afghanistan, Umbrella Saleh, and the resistance, they've taken back 3 provinces. So we'll have a look at what's going on there as well. And the FBI link, the FBI statement that no link between Trump and 1/6, that's Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, so we'll have a look at it. Yeah. Oh, another nest of murder hornets. Geez, they're nasty things. It's interesting that McMaster came on yesterday and said that basically Trump didn't negotiate a settlement with the Taliban. He just surrendered, and like Pompeo, and this guy was in a position to know, and he just put it here. Thank you. Thanks, sweetheart. And yeah, it was a surrender. It wasn't a negotiation. It was just basically a surrender. So, yeah, conservative radio host. Yeah. We should have been, Australia should have reached the vaccine goal a lot earlier than this. It's just been, Tom T's horse died. Okay, yeah. Should have reached it ages ago, but of course it was just a custard fudge over here. Got to take a couple more questions before we start, guys. You see, the British forces have evacuated 3,800 from Afghanistan, right? The US they've made a temporary field base in Germany, I think, for over 5,000 people. Australia have evacuated 326. What? Come on. Come on, Australia. Pick up your friggin' game. You know, we can help evacuate people who helped with some of our allies as well. If they worked with the US or with Britain or so, you know, we could offer to help get those guys out as well if the US can't get those guys out. I mean, come on. That's just ridiculous. The hurricane. Yeah. Doesn't look to be hitting New York head on, but yeah, there is going to be some stuff. So we'll have a look at the hurricane. Apparently it's slow moving, and there's 12-hour time slip. It's going to be, what's that, over New York State? Is it for a good 12 hours as a hurricane? Yeah, so we'll have a look at that. New Zealand's got another 21 cases. Oh, look, we've got Staten Island, Long Island, yeah. So I'll have a look at Hurricane Henry. The city itself it's on just outside of the main path of destruction, but it's still going to cop the main path of of damage, but it is still going to cop some stuff. You're on Staten Island. lockdown, Renee. Lockdown. Make sure you've got plenty of water, some food if you need it. Yeah, Reverend Jesse Jackson. Yeah, hi Bernice Henson. I saw that. Yeah, hit the thumbs up things. Hi to people who are watching you out in the chat. I do appreciate you doing it. And to those people who pressed on the video later on, I appreciate every view I get. Thumbs up would be great. I took the opportunity. I don't often get the chance to go back and look at some of the comments. I don't get a lot, but I do like to go and have a look when I can. But oh, it's not going to be gentle, Joji. Sorry, it's going to be pouring down, and and you've got high tides collecting with the storm surge, so there's going to be a lot of water damage there. Why is Mo Brooks backpedaling? Mo Brooks backpedaling. They're saying put 2020 behind and move forward. Interesting. Why the back pedal? Yeah. The fires, I can have another look at the fires on the West Coast of the US. 102 outside. Only 102. And that's something like 39 degrees. Beautiful, sunny, cooler day here. Only 102. Yeah, okay. Please. There are food shortages happening because of transport problems and stuff. What's that popping noise, Michelle? That's hubby cooking his breakfast of bacon and eggs. What's hubby doing? Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, why are there empty shelves? There are food shortages. I remember I did a reading a week or so ago about the food shortages and stuff. Transportation from different parts of the country is being interrupted and things like that. COVID's having a strain on that, and yes, and also if there's empty shelves where you are, people are stocking up for the hurricane. Hi, D. Ryan. Karen Anderson wants scrambled eggs, babe.
Yeah, you do.
But honestly, sweet, by the time we get the orders to you guys, they'll be cold.
Yeah.
You might be better off opening your own fridge or going down a local container. Hi, Mims. A lot of empty shelves at the moment in the northeast because of the approaching hurricane. Hi, Michelle Peterson. Anyway, we'll get stuck into it. Okay. Oh, there was a story too about pancakes. We try not to have things like that. I mean, we've been very bad with the diet lately. love pancakes. Yeah, too many carbs. ISIS. There's been reports of ISIS in the crowd around Kabul airport. Well, they could be causing trouble. ISIS and Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda. I think it's going to be a turbulent few years. Oh, don't, guys, come on. You're teasing me. It's not fair. Yeah, another donut day for Queensland. Anyway, let's get stuck into it, guys. Say hi to Crazy Cat Lady Farley. Keto pancakes and sugar-free syrup. We do have almond meal here. I've used it in a couple of things, and it makes some nice things. I'm sure we'll be. I've got to update my cooking skills. Thanks. Okay, we'll look at, I'll go in the list, I've got things written down. White evangelical preachers, what role did they have in 1-6, if any, if any? Okay. Absolutely. I don't know what woke means to me. It just means you woke up at a certain time. I suppose it means coming out of a sleep on certain subjects and stuff, but you know. Okay. What role did white evangelicals have to play in 1-6? Thanks, Em. Losses. The rhetoric. Knight of Pentacles. They definitely used Trump to fund their coffers. They used Trump and his messages, and they honestly instilled fear and loss into a lot of their followers. A fear of loss into a lot of their followers. So we've got the 5 of Cups. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is often called the mercenary card, and in this case it is mercenary. Hi Mimi Rose. Hi Bonnie Russell, Viviane. We've got the Page of Cups. getting at people's emotion on a base level, going for their base fears. The Page of Swords. They wipe out intellectual arguments. Their aim is to wipe out intellectual argument at the base level again. They really like to get things down to the base level. And they use that. They use Trump. What their role was, it wasn't any direct role, but they're playing on the fears that Trump ignited for their own gain, lent energy to a lot of these people. So they didn't, directly say go and invade the Capitol, but because they used Trump, they played him for a sucker, actually, and really stoked up those fears that may have begun to surface, and really stoked them up. The role was in giving energy to it, and in giving some credence. They used Trump. I'll have a read on that too, the tax exempt status of churches in America. And them using Trump to fill their coffers. And the way they did that was to promote some of his ideas, and that lent energy and credence to a lot of what Trump was saying. And there were probably quite a few people who were there who might not have been there if it weren't for the evangelicals, stirring up their fears. And especially when they said Trump was the chosen one. Hi, Clarence Fields. I hope you're getting yourself ready for Hurricane Henri and stuff and preparing. So in a way, that's the role they played. They played no direct role, but they did, for a lot of people, give credence to what Trump was saying. And if it weren't for them, probably a good 10-15% of those people wouldn't have been there. But so yeah, no direct role, but their role in stoking up fears and in squashing down the intellectual arguments at the start, and playing on their fears of heartbreak and loss and betrayal, and playing on the sense of loss and heartbreak they felt that at Trump losing yes, it did, in stoking up a lot of that energy. So, yeah, but it's nothing they could be charged for or, you know, possibly held to account in a moral way, but not in a legal way. Churches. I meant to put those away. Taxed
Yeah,
in
sorry.
America. No, it's my fault. I should have put them away. Shouldn't have got them. Yeah, shouldn't have got them. That's.
I don't really go with diabetes, does it?
No. Okay. Not perfect.
No.
Sometimes it can be hard, especially when you're going through.
Oh, it's COVID.
Sometimes.
Stress.
Yeah. Okay. Next on the list is Afghanistan. I watched Sheila. She did a reading early, well, yesterday, or a few hours ago on Afghanistan, the role of women. What is it going to be like over there? With ISIS apparently being defined as a threat around the airport, I do feel like Al-Qaeda is in there. Hi, Jazzy, Blair, Jazzy girl. I'm just sorting through this deck to make sure there's no reversals.
I sure hope they haven't got any of their Stinger missiles.
Thank you, babe.
What?
Thank you for that.
That's a horrible thought, maybe, but why else would they be hanging around the edges of the airport?
ISIS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there is reports on that. So.
I've seen them do that before.
So I'll read if they're going to pose a threat to the evacuation as well.
Oh, leave me to it, baby.
Okay. Trump, you know what? We have to go in, and we should go in when it's right, and we now may have to be forced to go in. We may be forced to go in, and we may not be forced to, but we may be. What the hell? That is absolute rambling. Absolute rambling. Yes, about the ivermectin. Yeah, the horse dewormer. I heard. I want to do a reading on those three idiots at Fox News. Laura Ingraham has a permanent sneer. Her mouth is always. That's it. Always. And it's like she openly shows contempt to the people viewing her. If they were honestly to just pause on her face and look at her for one full minute, it would probably really sink into a lot of people. R. Kelly. I'll do a reading on R. Kelly. Will he get off? Well, he'll do anything to get off, but will he get freed? Yeah. Okay, so I don't think I'll be able to do that face again. Yeah. Okay, Afghanistan. Let's see. The short-term future, like for the rest of the year. Let's have a look at that. Resolution, but the whole world is watching and there's no resolution. It is going from one end of one cycle into this whole new cycle. The challenge here is intuition, making wise choices, and keeping the growth of some others in check. This is the Queen of Wands. So you see the new growth on the wand here. It's like wisdom and intuition, and also the fieriness of some of the other groups, Isis and Al-Qaeda, keeping that in check. The base of this, abundance, is also releasing control, got the Empress here at the base. Nurturing of ideas that there's a whole generation of Afghan, not just girls and women, but young men and stuff as well. And that is going to come into play. Abundance and freedom is going to come into play. But at the moment, the object of the Taliban is to suppress that. So that's going to be a large part of the next few months for them. The past, people who had these freedoms and autonomy, they will play a part in the future, but not quite yet. Overriding this is support, getting in support. It's all going to be about giving support to those who want to get out at the moment with Afghanistan, but also about the Taliban getting more support for their causes. Turning away Canadians. That's where Britain and Australia can play a part. Saying to Canada, we'll get Canadians out, you know. immediate future. Trying to tamp down on this legacy of freedom and autonomy. In the environment, of course, it's chaos in the environment with the tennis, with the Knight of Swords. The immediate future with trying to tamp down on a legacy, which is the Ten of Swords, which is the card of legacy, not just Ten of Pentacles, sorry. What do people see? There's still so many problems ahead, hidden problems that they don't really know about, and there's lies and deception coming out too. There's hopes and fears there, hopes that this burden is not, that they're not going to be able to carry out what needs to get done and succeed, but the hope is that they will be able to do the hard work and get things done. The outcomes, disruption with the Page of Pentacles. The disruption's only just starting. Disruptions are going to get a lot worse in that country. Insecurity, it's really, civility is just the four. So we've got the disruption of the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Four of Pentacles just barely hanging in there. Safety and security for those people trying to get out is really on a razor's edge there, and it could just fall apart at any time. Because their orders have been to help American and Afghan allies to America. That's why they're turning away Canadians. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Judgment, people rising up. People got the Judgment card. And we've got the Six of Swords. Movement, troubled movement out of troubled waters, but still that Judgment card is a biggie. Give me for just a minute, guys. So it's going to be a very, very disruptive time. And yeah, in the end, the beginning, everything ends. Judgment, everything. Now, I just thought there's something about the Judgment that everything ends. Yet the end need not cut all ties, because whenever something dies, something else is born. So this is interesting. This is for Judgment. This is for the Judgment card. So not all ties are going to be cut. So there's, so that's really interesting. it's interesting too because, you know, into his intuition and everything. Sheila did a reading and she said that the Taliban aren't as ready and as prepared as they should and could be. So that's really interesting too. So, friggin' cold. Will the My Pillow guy get erected, Mike Lindell? Will Mike Lindell get arrested? Stolen election data, because he has got something to do with that, hasn't he? Okay, uncover the news. I've got that question written down. Says he's hiding a pro-Trump election official from an FBI investigation. Well, he can do that as long as there's no arrest warrant out for that individual. If there is, then he's in deep poo for harboring a fugitive. So, yeah. So let's look at a couple of different factors within the whole thing in Afghanistan. First, we'll look at Amrullah Saleh and the people he's gathered together to fight. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Clarence, that you've lost 4 friends. Terrible. Blessings to you and blessings to the family of those families of those people. Amrullah Saleh. How is he going to go? Guides of the universal spirit and guides of the highest truth and compassion and clarity inside. Amrullah Saleh and his forces that he's brought together. Yeah, New Zealand's got 21 cases, yep. Okay. He is definitely more prepared. You know, this is interesting because this is the card that Sheila drew, only it was reversed for the Taliban, which was the unpreparedness, not getting things as in line as they should have. Amrullah Saleh saw this coming. I think he was preparing for, ever since he knew that Pompeo visited the Taliban and signed this agreement, he's been preparing, juggling things, manipulating things, moving things. He had a plan. And I think he knew that the president was just going to chuck tail and run. If that guy tries to go back to Afghanistan, he's not going to be welcome. He'll be charged, in fact. I got the Hermit card, which again that Sheila got, and yes, one of the meanings to Hermit card is traitors, and he does view the Taliban as traitors, and he's not happy with not so much the US as a country, but with what the Trump administration did. He feels betrayed by them, but he knows he's got to get over that sense of betrayal and for any hope of getting their country back. But he is not one to rush in blindly. He is cautious, but he's also knows he has to move quickly. So his challenge is knowing when to move quickly and knowing when to be cautionary. He will be charged. He will be charged. Hi, Catherine Cousy. So that's his challenge at the moment. The advice for him, we've got the death card here, but that's doesn't mean that be prepared for the end. That means that he's going to have to accept that things have changed irrevocably in his country, and that it is not going to be an us or them mandate. It can't happen. Hi, Beneath Henson. I'm so sorry for that. Yeah. So he's gonna have to accept that his country has been changed irrevocably. I'm still getting that line down the middle type thing. So will Afghanistan be eventually split into two? Why does he have to accept it's not going to go back the way it was? It's an irrevocable and irreversible change, and it was an unavoidable change. He is, and the reason for that, and it's 3 major arcana, big cards. You're going to have to. This is a new start. A new start. He has a lot of faith in his abilities to do things. He's not a fool, despite this being the fool. But I think he knows that this is a whole new beginning for the Afghan region. The outcome, it's not going to be over quickly. It's going to be take time, not months, not tens of years either, but it's going to be a few years before it's just like a new home. And there are going to be losses. He has taken back 3 provinces. Will that continue? He's got more resources than people realise. Yeah, and here is that he has an ultimate resolution in mind. But it is going to be very hard. Long, long dark night. The soul, lots of losses. But there will be a resolution in the end. I'm sort of getting it like that map, like diagonal across it. So southwest Caliban, northeast, the more progressive people. No, there's a whole generation there who won't let it go. Yes. So, Afghanistan could end up being split into 2 states. Hi, Edna May. Yeah. I'm not going to bet on people catching COVID from the rally. If you guys want a reading, you can email me. I'll bring up the banner for a little while. You can email me at my email for printtarot@gmail.com. Hi, Laura Carlson. Nice, isn't it? Walking in the yard and forgot everything. We'll take a quick break from Afghanistan for a moment. I'll have a look at the fires in the northwest. Any sign of them? Bull dust. I think Umbrella has quite a few women in his. The fires in the northwest. Are they going to end anytime soon? Hanged Man. Oh, the whole deck's upside down. Could be a change coming, a pause. Change. Pause. Eight of Wands. Momentum. They've been moving pretty well, unchallenged with momentum, but there's a pause or a change. The thing with the Hangman, it can also be a change in perception. Eight of Wands, momentum. They've just had in the recent past, the fires have just overwhelmed everything. Near future, the Chariot, but a momentum fighting back, victory. Because the Chariot's victory and the momentum is going to turn against the fires, I think, and pretty soon. Why do I think this? 5 of Swords. Now we're talking about fires here. We're not talking about better management, maybe. At the base of this, unfortunately, 5 of Swords is not good because it stands for, in a general thing, a failure of purpose. Page of Pentacles, more disruption, more damage, but they're going to ramp up a bit. Unfortunately, this isn't victory over the fires. It's might feel like they're a temporary reprieve, but then they'll ramp up again. Like they may feel like they're starting to get them under control and then they'll ramp up again. I wish I could say that there's not enough resources there. 5 of Wands. Don't want to sound defeatist at all, but those fires, there's very little that can be done about them. Being tested to the utmost. Yeah. Yeah, it is beyond the control. This should be reversed, I'm thinking. And it's just at the point where there is just no way to control these things. Yeah, basically because it's a fight that can't be won because past attitudes have been pedantic and restrictive. That's with the Page of Pentacles there. I'd like to be able to say you're going to be able to fight back against them, but honestly, they won't get a handle on them. They won't be able to get a handle on them until they naturally die down a bit. At the start, there is some hope of that happening. 6 of Wands, and soon, and then you'll be able to start getting control. But until they reach an area where there's less fuel, or there's a natural break, that's when things will start to turn. And people will be able to fight back. And once one area and the processes will start working properly. So one part of the country, that's on fire is going to reach an area that there's a natural break or less fuel, and then they'll be able to start fighting back on that and meeting back on that and having to spend less manpower, which can then be diverted to the other parts that need manpower. But until they reach that point, yeah. They have to burn to reach a natural break in one area. It will, but 6 could be 6 days or could be 6 weeks, but hopefully sometime within the next 6 weeks, 6 days to 6 weeks, it will reach that point. But until then, yes, they'll keep battling it, but it is going to be a fruitless exercise. I wish I could tell you better news for that, but I can't. Yeah. But I do know it's going to set in train a whole overhaul of forest management in the US and some parts of Canada possibly too. I wish I could give you better news on the fires, but yeah. Yeah, until that natural break happens. Yes, of course, the collective, please send out a prayer for gentle rain or more to help with the fires. And we pray for the west coast of America and Greece and other countries that are fighting fires to please have the element of rain be introduced to help combat them. Scroll up to a voting rights question. Yes, I noticed that Texas got a quorum. Will both it was the forest management over the last few years, of course, has been dreadful. It still needed up. John writes that HR4, the John Lewis Act, will it be passed before 2022? Yes. Oh, thank you very much for the donation, Karen Anderson. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to head back to Afghanistan now. I want to have a look at what influence any ISIS and then Al-Qaeda are going to have in the region. Will the ISIS have an increased influence in the region due to the Taliban takeover? tempered. They're going, yeah, they definitely want input into the area. This is ISIS we're talking about, not Qaeda at the moment. Islamic State. They're definitely about stealing freedoms and restrictions. The Taliban just want the US out. They just want their country and to influence their country. ISIS, on the other hand, want to destroy Western countries, bring them down. So that's their plan. And they might have some success in their efforts to disrupt and target the US and other Western countries. I think they're looking to the Taliban for a new base. They're moving from like Syria, where they are at the moment, consequences. So they're hoping that as a consequence of the Taliban taking over, yeah, they'll be offered a safe haven by them. And it seems that because the Taliban aren't going in and moving them along, that they're going to be given that. And they do want a say in what happens in Afghanistan. I think they're hopefully looking at Afghanistan as a new home state for them. So that is, they see themselves as a people without a home, which is just, it's displaced. Al-Qaeda don't. Al-Qaeda are just a bunch of terrorists, and so are ISIS. But ISIS see themselves as a displaced nation or a displaced state, which is a dangerous thing. They are absolutely deluded about what they are and who they are. Dangerously deluded. Yeah, and they want to be offered a home here. They also want their judgments and their corruptions to make its way into government there with the Taliban. Yeah. So they're definitely out to get a foot in the door of a new government in Afghanistan. Hi, Sheila, Inquisitive Tarot. How are you? Is he? Now, Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. So they're definitely, ISIS are definitely looking for a new home base, a base where they feel they can grow freely and have a say in government. So, Al-Qaeda. They're looking at some unavoidable and irreversible change and possibly even a diminishing of power. Al-Qaeda. Why? They're not going to get a foothold in money. Deals, or is that their aim to bring about? Yeah, that's their aim. Unavoidable and irreversible changes. They will actually use anyone. They don't have to be a Muslim. They will use anyone who has a gripe against the United States or other Western countries. They'll use them. They don't have to be of the Islamic faith. Deals and quid pro quos. Again, these guys are also in a deluded state. They think that they can make deals and, again, get a foothold on in the government in Afghanistan. Deals, making deals, conflict support, walking away. I don't think they're going to have it as easy. I think but the Taliban harbored them before, and I think they feel like they should be doing that again. Yeah, but they're going to be rearing their ugly head too. Sometimes in concert with others. They also, are hoping for a new place, not a new home, not a new. They don't view themselves as displaced people. They just have a cause, but hope for their cause and help for their cause. So, yeah, they'll be courting the Taliban as well and saying, we can give you this and that. Afghanistan is for the next couple of years, next immediate couple of years, going to be a real mess. And then things will start coming. Thank you, Mims. Looking at by the 5-year mark, things will start turning. There'll be more divisions and borders coming in. Yeah, it is. It is a game of whack-a-mole. Hi, Maureen. How are you? Okay, what is this thing with the FBI saying there's no link between Trump and 1/6? There is. There is. But why are they saying that? What is going on there? ACT, 19 new cases. Oh, wow. Bubba girl, what are you doing, sweetheart? Hey? What is this thing with the FBI? God, why have they put out that statement? Diversion? I think there's some people in the FBI that need to be cleaned out. There's going to be a review of that. The DOJ. Will this be reviewed? Will this finding be reviewed? Four of Swords. Withdrawn. Eight of Pentacles. Details. Details. They were focused on one group of details. They need to look wider. So the Eight of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. There will be someone who's not as smart as they think they are is going to say something. Trump is very smart, unfortunately, or shrewd. He knows when to only do things verbally and when to. He's made some mistakes in the past with putting things down on paper, but there are others because it's verbal. He thinks it's not going to happen. Republicans. Three of Cups support. There are details there. They have to look wider to them. Are they? They're going to be reviews here. Knight of Cups. Yeah, they're going to be told to go back and take another look. Money. I think they might even set a new team on it to review this team's findings. The FBI, there's still some bad apples there too. There's stuff. There's still tough. Will Florida do better in 2022 election and get rid of Rick Scott, Ron DeSantis? And I'll include Marco Rubio in that. Will Ron DeSantis be gone? Will he be voted out in 2022? Two of Cups. You can't get away with things for much longer with the Seven of Swords. Knight of Wands. Yes, I do think they will. He's going to draw it out as long as he can. Try and instill confusion. But here we have confinement. He might not even make it to the election, Ron DeSantis. Something is might come up and, yeah, he might not even make it to the election. They might have to put up another candidate. Getting impeachment. He could be impeached before he gets there. Or at the very least, could be indictment. He might not even get there. Hi, Tara S. Oh, thank you, Anne H. Running Flop. Are the GOP planning to make Trump Speaker if they win in 2022? Hi, Melinda at False Teeth. How are you? Oh, I'm not surprised you're so concerned. Okay, let's have a look at that speaker thing. They're talking about it, but you know what? I don't think they really would. I think that they're spouting the idea to keep Trump on side. Five of Swords. Hopeless. It's a hopeless cause. It's a hopeless cause. Not going to. Yeah, they will certainly let him believe that. No. You're going to show your pretty face to everyone? Going to show everyone your pretty face? Say hello. I think they're certainly letting him believe that, but that's so they can use him to get in. But it's a hopeless cause. Oh dear. I wish I could tell you things were going to improve in Texas anytime soon, but unfortunately not. I did predict a very rough few months, and not just with COVID, but during the winter as well. And there's still some real problems with heat coming up, I think. Possibly even storms. Okay. Rick Scott. Rick Scott was only voted back in 2018, so he's not up for re-election. Marco Rubio is. Unless it was a special election in 2018 for Rick Scott because they were replacing somebody, but I thought it was a normal one. Rick Scott, yeah, no, the people are going to be stuck with him because he is already the incumbent. He might have. You're going to have to wait the process out to get rid of him. Oh, I've got the retirement card on top of the lawyer card. Four of Cups, the Empress. Ten of Swords. He's got the Ten of Swords too, which Marco Rubio had. What's going on here? Oh, he's got the Eight of Swords as well. And he's got the Two of Cups. Deals? Which DeSantis had. Sorry, DeSantis had the Eight of Swords and the Two of Cups as well, and the Ten of Swords. Embattled. Ten of Swords, minor celebration. What's going on there? 2022 is going to be the next year is going to be really, really interesting. Watch this space on a lot of Florida politicians. Yes, I do think it will actually, unfortunately. Yeah, well, that could come back. and hit him on the arse. He's definitely in some legal trouble. He might not even make it to the election as well. He got the retirement card with the 4 of Swords. Marco Rubio. I think Florida's going to find itself in a huge big shake-up with regard to the election. Hi, Sky Walking on the Moon. I don't know if you caught, just as you were saying goodbye, I came to your doggy yesterday. Why is your dog jumping the fence? I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but it's definitely excess of energy and possibly a dog in heat. Got a lot of burning energy. So, yeah. I don't know whether it's a big dog jumping a 6-foot fence, but I think Sky, it's a girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. Has she been done? She keeps jumping the fence.
What sort of big dog?
I don't know. My hubby wants to know, Sky Walking, what sort of big dog. Oh, since you're out here, my darling.
Oh, more coffee. You'll be flying. Oh, come here.
Actually, could you make it an Audi decaf?
Can do.
Thank you.
Probably, eh?
Yeah, she's been done. So, yeah, okay. That's why I wasn't sure. Lots of energy. 50 pounds. That is something like 35 kilos. That's a big dog. Lots of energy. I was reading lots and lots of energy and excitement. Honestly, sometimes if Whippy wasn't so little, we have a 6-foot privacy fence. I think he'd try and jump the fence too.
Absolutely.
He hasn't been done. So, you know,
Whippy?
it's like, no, he hasn't been done.
He hasn't. No, never.
But if she's getting lots of exercise and an excess of energy, a visit to the vet might be in order. But yeah, lots of energy. I'm getting lots and lots of energy. She has to stay inside now. Yeah. Marco Rubio. About as subtle as a blunt object, Marco Rubio. Support. Oh, he loves all the comforts of being because they get paid and then they get a pension afterwards. The Hermit, he's got to be very cautious. Tipping point. Support amongst his followers is coming to a tipping point. There's assessment. On top of the Queen of Pentacles, love of luxury. I think this might be campaign finances. Consequences of ships coming in. Secrets and lies coming out. Oh, and the death card, end of a career. But he's not looking at, he hasn't got any jail cards in his, you know, but he's definitely looking at an unavoidable and irreversible change. But there could be some questions about his finances, some secrets and lies coming out. There will be consequences. Card of caution. Yes, I know that the Hermit can be a card of a trader, but I don't feel it's that.
This cafe okay?
It's not decaf, babe.
Oh, you want decaf? Definitely. Okay, it's all right. Oh, it's such a shame.
You're a sweetie.
Yeah, I know.
Short-term memory of a sieve.
I want that.
Hi, Tara S. Sweetheart, I asked for Audi decaf literally 90 seconds ago.
I can see nothing.
I love you.
Mine like a steel trap. I can see nothing.
Yeah, a steel trap that has no teeth and everything escapes out of.
Good for some
There
things.
shouldn't be steel traps at all, actually. I love you, sweetheart. Hi, Deborah Costro. Tara S. Hi. Hi, Shelby Lisa. Okay, Hurricane Henri. I'm at a disadvantage here, so I'm just going to throw 3 cards on it because I actually watched a thing on it this morning. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm just going to close my eyes and run a picture through. I've got to bring up map of that area. Won't bring up the weather map, just the map. Yeah, that's going right through Mexico, isn't it?
There we go.
I'll just sort that out later. What am I doing? New York State. Yeah, Rubio might end up deciding discretion is the better part of valor. Not sure, but Connecticut. Yeah, I knew there was a state, and I knew it wasn't New York, but it's going to be hit hard.
Holding decaf strong with. There you go. Chris, passing it over.
I'll just put it back down there. Thank you, my darling.
That's a good idea. Keyboard's very hot.
You made me a Milky Way,
Oh, probably a bit too much.
a Galaxy coffee.
Bit too much of the I'll try to make it stronger, but it's healthy decaf and lots of cream. Oh, we're gonna have to stop.
Fine, sweetheart.
We're gonna have to stop with the carb treats, though.
Yes, darling. Just tell everyone. Yes, he is. DeSantis is hiding the number of. Yeah, it's got the horror.
Let's see.
It's a cat 1. I don't think it's going to get up to cat 2. But it is slow moving at 14 miles an hour, which is relatively slow moving. So the intensity might strengthen it more. But it's not going to get to cat 2, I don't think. I think it's going to stay cat 1, but it's going to be at the upper half of Cat 1, I think. It's going to be a stronger Cat 1. Yeah, Connecticut is. A mess. Going to be a mess. Really, really widespread in Connecticut. I think more than they even thought. Oh, yeah. Hi, AP Mum. How are you? Fire Island. Yeah, you're under. Yes, please do get out. You need the coast island. Fire Island and stuff. Yes, please do follow all instructions, AP Mum. Go to whatever shelter you need to go to. Pack your car up with as much as you can, especially important documents. Extra clothes, blankets. Take as much water as you can. I don't know where Fire Island is, unless it's that little island. Fisher's Island. Is it Fisher's Island? Yes, there will be a fourth stimulation check, Clarence. It's not going to be as much as like the last one was, but there will be some. Is it Fisher Island you're talking about, or Fire Island? Take as much as you can. I'm really glad that you're joining me, AP Mum. But if you need to go, go. Don't. You know. So I appreciate you popping in and joining it. You do whatever you need to do to be safe. Definitely follow all instructions. Yeah. Okay. So stay safe. Yeah, definitely pack up your car with as much as you can. Okay. And any especially precious things, important documents, clothes, blankets, you know, don't worry about everything else. Okay. We have an emergency box here for fire and stuff, not cyclones or anything, but so if we have to get evacuated, we can just pick up that box and it goes. It's got all the important stuff in it. So yeah, definitely encourage other people around you to obey everything. I don't know where you are in Connecticut, so it's well, yeah. The full moon is not going to help because it brings up higher tides, often king tides in some cases. I do know that in some people you've got tides are expected to be as high as 5 meters with the storm surges and stuff. Yeah. You're in Madison, Connecticut. That's right. You mentioned that before, didn't you? Madison County. Yeah, you're smack bang in the middle of it. Oh, my darling. Yeah, definitely go. Definitely go. What's a meter? 100 centimeters. 3 foot tides. A meter is 3 feet. So 5 meters is 15 feet high tides. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You stay safe. It's going to be a very hectic few days. And yeah, it's going to be a very hectic few days. Yeah. Well, not in the last few years. Yeah. New Jersey, I mean, they're going to feel some of it. There's going to feel quite a bit, but not anything like Connecticut. Connecticut is going to be really hard hit. So, yeah. Anyway, got your third day of work tomorrow. That's great, Edna May. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Teresa Judy. How are you? 3 foot 4 inches. Yeah. Oh, you don't have to apologise for coming in late. Let's move on. Mo Brooks is backpedaling and saying that people have to put the 2020 election fraud behind them and move on. Why is he doing this? Okay. Why? Why is Mo Brooks backpedaling? Bumpy ride, momentum. He's from Alabama, isn't he? He's getting some, this is him saying you've got to move on. But why? 6 of Cups. Oh, yeah, there's going to be something coming out. There's going to be something coming out, something from the past coming up. It was their dream to be able to prove fraud. But the reverse of this is your dreams, nightmares from past. It's on its way to being proven, but not the way they want it to. That's why he's backpedaling. The Chariot momentum is speeding up. Evidence. 2016. Move on from the 2020, because stuff about 2016 is ramping up. Momentum about the victory in 2016. Oh, there's a tower hanging over him and other people. This is why he's doing it. Tower coming up. There's stuff going to be coming out about 2016. And this is why the backpedal. Trying to move things away. Immediate future. Page of Pentacles. They weren't as smart as they thought they were. Page of Pentacles. Overblown sense of self-importance. Disruptive. That's going to come out. What they thought they had hidden is going to come out. Underneath there, really, really going to be feeling embattled. Really, really going to be feeling embattled. Past influences, the King of Pentacles, corruption. Oh, the oligarchs. The oligarchs are going to come out. More about the oligarchs. The ultimate outcome, 5 of Cups, loss. The next step is loss. That's why he's doing it. He's gotten a bit of a heads up that there's stuff going to come out about the 2016 election. The oligarchs, the role they played, things like that. And that's why he wants to move the momentum away from the fraud. That's why. That is the reason for the big backpedal. You miss your son-in-law lots, Yep, we breed some pretty good guys down here. As with every country, not all of them are perfect, but generally they're a pretty good lot. Excellent. Good on Patagonia. Night, Joji. That is why he's backpedaling. He wants to, it's time to move on. It's time to move on, because there's going to be stuff coming out about 2016. And there might even be stuff coming out that point to some of the same things being done in 2020. ISIS, Kabul. Churches taxed in America. Let's have a look at that one. Are churches, is there going to be changes to tax churches in America? Yes, prayers, and you know, if you are in that area, it was 7 o'clock this morning when I saw the stories, and it was like expected to hit in about 9 hours. So it's only 5 hours away, guys. So if you are in the New York, Connecticut, Boston area, in those northeastern states, Long Island, Staten Island, anywhere like that, please, sweethearts, I mean, I love that you joined me, but go and make yourself safe. Okay, make sure you have everything you need. If you make sure you if you're in an area where evacuation is going to happen, make sure you have everything ready to go and don't hesitate when they tell you to go. Over the next few days, if you're in those wider areas that are expected to be impacted by a lot of rain when it turns into a low, again, the same things. Don't hesitate to go. The water damage through Massachusetts is going to be huge. Okay? On the low. So I've seen how quickly things can happen as a member of the State Emergency Services in Townsville when Townsville got flooded after 2 days of rain. Most of it was in the mountains in the hinterlands above Townsville, and be ready to go and be ready for a massive cleanup and do your part. Okay, we were getting calls to go out to people who had some branches around the yard, and that was pretty much all the damage they had. So they pulled them and put them on, you know, near the edge of their property lines, and they wanted the SES to come and remove the branches. And that was it. And this was families full of big, healthy people who had, and we said, no, you do that yourself. And yet, 4 days after one storm, we got a call out to elderly people, several elderly people who had done everything they could to fix up their places. And one lady had a tree that was in danger of falling on her house, but she'd gone and she'd cleared things up and she'd sort of done the best with the tarp and stuff, and she was apologising for calling us out. And this woman was in her 70s and lived alone, but she was apologising for calling us out, and we're like, no, you don't have to apologise. So please, guys, part of what is, especially with flooding, if you have stuff, put it up high and get out of your house if you need to. And when you do go back in afterwards, do everything you can to help with the cleanup yourself, having been part of the emergency services and seeing fit, healthy people just want us to come and clean up something. We had a mother with 3 children, a single mother with 3 children, whose roof was torn open and there was electricity zapping all over the place. And she apologised for calling us in. She said, I feel like I should have been able to handle this myself. And it was a really dangerous situation. And she apologised. And it's like, no, you don't. This is a real emergency. But people coming and just wanting us to drag some branches from their yard and get rid of it for them? No. Do as much as you can yourself to help yourself. But don't do, if it's obviously dangerous, you know, don't try and tackle it. Just make yourself as comfortable and as you can. But yeah, but if in the afterwards, after it's all over, do as much as you can to clean up for yourself and to help yourself. Okay? Matt Gates has gotten married. Huh. Poor woman. Well, she made her choice. Yeah. So I'm just saying that as an ex-emergency service volunteer. Do everything you can, and please follow the directions. If they say evacuate, please. Okay? Okay. What's the question? Churches taxed in America. Will they end up being taxed in America? Cavalier de Deniers. There he is, the Knight of Cups, mercenary. They are, a lot of churches are just about money. Whitby! What are you doing, Bubba? What are you doing? Oh, aren't you a good boy protecting your mummy and daddy in Cameo? Protecting your little sister? Yeah, telling them all to get stuffed? Aren't you a good boy? Whitby. Will they get taxed? The Empress. Abundance. They have an abundance. And because they have an abundance of money, the influence with some politicians can be huge, and that is a real challenge. I Julie say, advice to the government. Talk to these, make deals, say either you work with us or it's going to be a lot harder for you. Okay. Why? Cavalier de Swords. That's the Knight of Swords. If you don't work with us to work this out, it will be much more chaotic and harder on you guys, because we will investigate everything you do, every way in which you earn money. Yeah, the protests are happening. Battens, 7 of Battens. Yeah, the government is going to stand up, and they are going to put new boundaries in. There is going to, will there be taxation on the churches in the future? Yes, the Wheel of Fortune, it is going to happen. And yes, there is going to be plans and strategies put in place. And the Ace of Battens, yes, energy is going to be put behind it. But it's on the back burner at the moment. Whitby, you're being a very good boy, aren't you? But it is going to happen. Okay? The tax-free status cannot continue. And that's what I was saying earlier about helping yourself as much as possible. That applies to all emergency situations. I've seen caravans. Yeah, that'd be right. Yep. Contact a migration agent. That is right. That is so right. Is this treatment of Afghan contractors going to backfire on Morrison's government? We need a whole new. Honestly, this nation was built on a group of people who were forced out of their own country, forcibly ejected from their own country for something as little as just trying to find something to eat. And you would think that our government here in Australia would remember that little fact. These people are being forced out of their own countries simply for trying to do the best thing for their people. And yes, bastards is right. Peter Dutton. The Emperor. I'm sorry, I lost track of what I was reading. Oh, yeah. Will this backfire on the Morrison government? Stability. Ace of Coins. There's going to be a challenge here. The challenge is we could end up getting sanctions put on us. The advice, don't do this. Don't do this. It's fruitless. It's not going to do you any good. The PAP at the base of this is bad processes. Migration age. 13, the death card. I love this, the death card. It's got no wording on the bottom. It just is. It's just so easy, so plain to see. Yeah, it's gonna kick the Morrison government up the arse. It's just another thing that's going to happen. 7 of Swords. They're not going to be able to escape that. 9 of Queens. Yeah, it's going to kick them up the arse. But honestly, our Labor governments have not been very much better. Step it up, guys. Step it up. You know, honestly, those people protesting, I understand it's being frustrating. I understand you don't want to have to stay in your homes and all that. But you have homes left. Appreciate them. Grow a spine. Do what you have to do to not just help you and your family, but others in the community as well. And start protest. If you want to protest something, protest this shit. Not that a lot of the people who I would be saying that would be watching my channel, but if you are, if you don't like what I'm saying and unsubscribe, well, so be it. At risk Afghan employees. Oh, God. That is so fucking friggin' wrong. Sorry. No, I try to keep the language down a bit, but okay. Kelly. A bit of a change from disgusting to the equally disgusting. Thank you, Sheila. Okay, R. Kelly. Is he trying to get off scot-free? He is, but guess what? That's not going to happen. He's not going to get off scot-free. This is the evidence from these women is so strong and overwhelming. It's almost smothering. Yeah, no, he's not going to get off scot-free. He's not going to be let go. He's not going to walk. Don't worry about that. Oh, sorry for my little rant, guys, but honestly, Mike Lindell, will he be arrested for stolen election data? Mike Lindell, aka the My Pillow guy. Thank you, Em. Oh, I wasn't apologising. I was just saying if you don't like it, so be it. Do whatever you want to do. Yes. Yes. Oh, he can't avoid it either. Can't avoid this. Legal consequences. He's not going to be able to avoid the consequences of his actions. He is going to need a lawyer. Resources. This is about data. Now, data is a resource, so it makes sense that it would come under the Pentacles, the realm of Pentacles. Several charges. He is on thin ice, guys. He didn't just steal it, he sold it on. Money. If you like grit shows, check out Midsummer Murders. They've been going for, they're going to be making series 23 soon with Inspector Barnaby. The first 13 series had John Nettles playing Tom Barnaby, and from series 14 on it had Neil Dudgeon also playing a Barnaby, but in this case he's the cousin of Tom Barnaby, John. And wonderful series, and they still call, a lot of people still refer to Neil Dudgeon as the new Barnaby, even though he's been in the role for 10 years. Oh yeah, hopeless cause. He's in a real mess. He's in a real mess. Get ready for big disruptions. Oh, there's someone's going to be a whistleblower on him. He really is not acting with any form of caution. He's an idiot. Yeah. He was introduced in series 13, The Sword of Guilmain, of Willem, and that set him up to take over. Of course, he appeared in the last episode that John Nettles was in. Love John Nettles. A series of his from the 80s called Bergerac. Loved it. Absolutely used to watch it and had a huge crush on him. So when Midsummer Murders came along, I'm like, yes, I'll watch this. So, but yes, it's been going since 1997, I think. Okay. The HR for the John Lewis Act. Okay. So, will the HR for the John Lewis Act, will it pass? Ace of Pentacles. That is a good sign. The Sun, an even better sign. 10 of Wands. It has been an uphill battle. It has been an uphill battle. This can be seen as a no card, and yes, no's, but it's an uphill battle that leads to success. Hi to everyone who's watching and not... oh, yeah, there's still some things to work out. But no, hang on. Well, we'll have a look. That's the Devil. Page of Cups. Emotional news. 5 of Wands. It can be fruitlessness again. Let's have a look. Again, as you all know, I am in the process of reviewing things, tested to the utmost. Tested to the utmost. It is very long. There are some things that the Democrats have to work out too. So some of the burdens of getting this passed can be eased with a couple of small things, but it's a test. Yeah, and this is on top. It has been a burden, and there's been some missteps on the Democrats' part. I don't know what, just some. But this is all passing. This is a pass. The burden is passing. It's easing. The struggle is easing with the Five of Wands. Four of Cups. Ten of Swords. Now, it is looking good, but there's still some delays with the Devil and the Ten of Swords. And Four of Cups, there are some things in it that Republicans want changed and the Democrats don't. There is still some more talking to do and some more growth to do. But will it pass by 2020, before the 2022 elections? Three of Cups, that's yes. The Star, that's yes. But there are still some hidden bumps to work out yet. So yes, it will, but it's still got some ways to go yet. Okay. Yes. Oh yeah. If you're in those states and low lying, yeah, it's going to be definitely. Like I said, if you're in those areas, go. If you're in those areas, yeah. What are you doing watching me? Get yourself to safety. Yep. That is just so wrong. Okay, I'm out of questions here, guys. So any more questions? Will Australia pick up its act with the Afghan visas? 326 people. That is nothing. That is nothing. The New Jersey shore, that'll be wet and windy and flooded. Possibly some debris flown about, but I don't. And the coastal areas could be some erosion, but otherwise I don't think it's not going to cop the full impact. Okay. Linda, Six of Swords. No. Not going to. King of Swords. King of Pentacles. Resources. Will there be some resolution? It's disgusting. Honestly, why wasn't the Australian government dealing with this all last year after Trump signed the deal for the withdrawal? They must have seen it coming. Why weren't they helping people? There will be some changes, but heaven knows when. Page of Swords. Three of Cups. Changes to support. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, still got another 40 minutes, guys. Do you want to ask some questions? Okay, Mims, you have a good night. Oh, another good series that I watched, The Five. That's a British series. And Traces. That's a good series. The Five is a 10-part series. Traces is a 5-part series. Really good. Okay, so questions, guys. Yeah. It's going to be wet, going to be windy. Like I said, some debris possibly with some gusts. And, of course, with the tides, you can probably expect some flooding. Just see. 300 people. I'm sorry, that is not a boast. That's just disgusting. Sorry, Whitby is not making good noises. So I'm just going to check the security camera. September 18th. Got something on my screen. Yeah, you know, when your doggy goes, you don't see. New York schools closing this fall. Okay, September 18, New York schools. This fall. Yeah, I can put on New York schools this fall. Any other questions? In Washington, D.C. The rally will be a super spreader, unfortunately. Someone pulled in out the back over the lane. Hi, Sweet Pea 68. Your spirit guide. I'm not a real expert on connecting with your spirit guides and on spirit guides. North Carolina closed down the schools again. Good night, Mims. The best I can suggest is you speak to your spirit guides every day. I try and speak to mine every day, ask for help in living a life of higher vibration. Helping me with, we all have little demons to battle that. I am a catastrophist at times, always planning for something that what I'll have to do with this happens or that happens, and that's not good actually. So I ask for help with that a lot. It's not healthy either. So talk to them, and then after you've spoken to them for a few days, ask their name. They may give you their name, they may not. Yeah. So I suggest that that's what you do. If you want to know more about your spirit guides and all that, there are quite a few good things on the web. Hi, Ollie and DB. Haven't seen you for a while. That's fine. Still going to go for the next half hour or so that's fine. And there are several good sites for that. And watch Sterling. I think he's a good one to watch. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see. September 18th in Washington. I do feel you might have an animal spirit guide as well. So I did an exercise with a friend of mine, and I got her to close her eyes and imagine that she's walking through the woods, and she knows, acknowledging that she is an animal, walking through the woods, walking through woods, forest, whatever, the bush, walking through, making contact with the ground and letting the energy from the ground and from the air and the noise, everything, concentrating on all those natural things around her. And then she's gonna come, and then she comes across a stream or a pond, a reflective pond, and she looks in, and the animal she sees is her spirit guide. That's how I approach it in finding out what my animal spirit guide would be. Again, if you're not too sure about it, take time, I guess. Marjorie Taylor Greene, will she be locked in a loony bin soon? No, she's not crazy, unfortunately. But she is going to be tempered. there is going to be some minor celebration with regard to her. There's going to be some temperance. She really should have shown restraint, and there's going to be some justice with regard to her. So, okay, September 18th in Washington. What is that day? How is that day going to play out? Page of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Fighting for a hopeless cause. Definitely attempts. Hi, Annie. To be disruptive and cause trouble. It's attempts. Some people are going to have quite a few more resources. But the thing is, Washington is still feeling the legacy of the 1-6 in that it's going to be a lot sharper and harder. But yes, there is going to be attempts to fight for this hopeless cause. Queen of Pentacles. They will be met with resources. Deals and quid pro quos. People are the 10 of Cups, trying to put Republicans back in power, and Trump. 7 of Wands. The boundaries will stand, of course. There's going to be assessment, and Page of Pentacles, and disruptions. There is definitely a big possibility of some trouble on September 18. I do think defences will stand, boundaries will stand. So there's assessment happening at the moment. Yeah, they are going to try. They are going to try, but it's not going to happen. Or the disruption and possible violence will be short term. But yeah, there is going to be attempts to repeat what happened on the 1st of January, on the 6th of January. Oh, that's lovely. It's lovely, Shelby, Lisa. Okay, New York schools, North Carolina schools. How about schools in the US in general? Okay. Schools across America. Will there be shutdowns in schools across America? Little witty. 3 of Wands. There will be in some because of things. 8 of Wands. They'll be implemented quickly if they do, and it will be the correct judgment. Ace of Wands. There are going to be periodic shutdowns of schools, unfortunately, in some parts of America, depending on where it is. Some it's just going to be chaotic. Six of Pentacles. I can see a lot of parents keeping their kids out of school, opting for homeschooling. They have the resources and are able to do it. Yeah, homes. There will be schools shutting down on and off, different states at different times. The mandates are going to be, always. The school districts are some of the biggest organisations fighting back against Republicans. There are rumours your state is closing again. That it'll go into lockdown again. Will North Carolina go into lockdown again? North Carolina go into lockdown again. Not full, but partial. Yeah, people, lovers. Yeah, they're going to introduce some strategies because it is on very shaky ground. Seven of Cups, but some people might be getting confused about the instructions. But yeah, I am seeing lockdowns happening and restrictions happening in North Carolina. Right. Now, I saw a Daily Mail headline saying Britain will be forced to turn to Russia and China. Dominic Raab. To potentially moderating influence like Russia and China. No, that's not going to work. Okay, who's got a question? Prayers to everyone, Reverend Jesse Jackson and his wife and everybody else who is battling COVID. Any more questions, guys? Come on. I'm looking at the news feed, but I can. Will the US and Canada come to an agreement to help get Canadians out of Afghanistan? Where are you, Sweet Pea? I see lockdowns happening again. Yes, the Sun, Seven of Swords. Judgment, yes, they are going to come to an agreement, and I'll tell you what, there are some people who are going to be copying the wrath of Biden over that. Okay. And yes, so it will happen. Support, mutual support. If the Canadians can help get some Americans out, they will too. But yeah. Somebody asked about Trudeau and Biden. Will they be safe? Will they be okay? Trudeau and Biden. Yesterday somebody asked that. Gladys B, another lockdown. Gladys B, will she be stood down? I think she might face a vote of no confidence. FBI proof, yeah. Sweet P68 or Sweet 68P, will her state be locked down again? I don't know what state you're in, Sweet P, so Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Two of Cups, High Priestess, Strategy, Six of Swords, a rough passage, some chaos, Eight of Swords, restrictions again. Yeah, you're looking at another lockdown. You're in the UK. Yeah, I do think there's going to be another lockdown in the UK. So yeah, definitely. They're talking about maybe having to do it. There's still 30,000 people a day getting sick over there, and over 100 dying or something. So yes, there's going to be more lockdowns happening. Okay, back up to some of the questions that were there. Gladys B. Yeah, I do think there's another lockdown coming for the at least in 3 of the home countries. So England, definitely, possibly Wales, maybe Northern Ireland or Scotland. One of them's not going to have to lock down, but well, one of them won't lock down. Okay, Gladys B will remove from her management of COVID. Two of Cups, a deal. Seven of Pentacles, assessment. King of Cups, steadying influence. Parting of the ways. There's going to be some resolution with. I'm still thinking that there might be a vote of no confidence in her and possibly the whole government. So we'll see. If she's removed, then there may not be a government, a forced election in New South Wales. But if she's not, it might be, yeah, an early election. I do think they're coming to some resolution, and soon. She might stand down. I think she's talking to some people about that possibility. Has the FBI found proof of who set up the insurrection on January 6th? There's someone keeping something. That's why I said they've got to go back and look at that thing about Trump. They have to look at who's looking at it. I think they have to remove a couple of agents. Six of Wands is yes. The Ace of Cups, a big yes. There's blocking. Ten of Swords, but there is some blocking things. Ten of Pentacles, yes. They have, but there is someone internally who is, yeah, here's that. Look at more details again. They have to remove at least 2 agents, I think, possibly 3 agents who are looking at that, because they're leaving things out. They're hiding things. So, yeah, it's there, but I don't want to cast aspersions on people. So, But there are some people who are not doing all they can by omission, lies by omission, or by getting a tip and not following things. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's hard on Anne, isn't it? All the medical people, you know, to make it through this round of COVID. It's going to be hard. And some of them are going to suffer consequences for the rest of their life. Support. Some countries might send some volunteers in to help. It's going to be tough. Might be some help coming to help secure the position in the fight. Some people are not going to be able to make it. They're going to have to at least a year or two. People coming up the back thing. There might be some volunteer medical professionals who volunteer to go over and help in some of the hardest hit places. I don't know enough to vascular and not respiratory. No, it's respiratory. Yeah. I don't know what podcast you were listening to, Em, but don't listen to it again. Yeah. There could be some support coming in from outside. In some of the hardest hit states. There are still some hidden problems there to get through. There's still some icebergs to steer clear of, and you know, there's still a lot to work through. Things are going to eventually be okay, but they are going to need some extra help. Yeah, but it's going to be hard. There's some people, they're just tired and apathetic and can't do anymore. And that's going to take its toll later. The trauma of this event and this ongoing event after it's all over, the toll is not yet being seen. I think it's taking a toll now. Afterwards, it's going to be a huge toll as well. It's mostly unseen yet. Night, Clarence. You go and make sure your home is in a good position. for the next couple of days, and listen to instructions and do obey them if you get any instructions to leave or anything. I don't think you will, but you never know. No, it's going to be really hard on the staff. They will get through with some external help. Maybe some countries who are not, you know, Australia might send some people, but this government's not that generous. We send firefighters. Why not nursing and medical staff? But then we're dealing with COVID here itself a lot. So the COVID passes. Okay, guys, we're coming to the end of it. Yeah, so I was just checking the news feed. Any last questions? Okay then, guys. Let's have a look and see if there's any final messages. Does Spirit have any messages for us? Let's have a look. Does Spirit have any final messages for us? I'll be back on Tuesday night or Tuesday morning your time. The altar priestess, preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. Well, this is that in some areas, preparation, prepare, do what you need to do to get through the next few days, especially if you're in the path of the hurricanes or fires or other storms. I know there's storm activity through the tornado belt. I saw over here in Australia with COVID, with whatever it is, you know, preparation and prayer and doing those things that you do over and over again that make you feel comfortable and stuff. Sacred union, partnership and romance. Work with those you love for the best outcome. The Swan Queen, transformation, intuition and patience. Listen to your gut, but be patient with others. It is a period of transfer, you know, in some areas things are going to be happening around you that changes are going to happen around you that you have no control over. So listen to your instinct and be patient and be patient with those who are only there to help you. Okay? And yeah, patience is going to be really important over the next week or so. Anyway, sweethearts, I will see you in a couple of days. Love you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong, stay loving. Please, if you're in any emergency situations over the next 2 days, please just remember what I said earlier. Follow the instructions of those who, especially if you're instructed to evacuate. When you do get back there, please try and do as much as you can to help yourself, but don't do anything that puts you in danger. Okay? Thank you. Love you all. And I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.